Listen, this brother right here, this brother coming up, former host of Eyes on Hip Hop. Start putting your hands together for Mr. Merlin Iman. How's everyone doing tonight? Having a great time? Yeah. Sure hope so. Sure hope so. Well, I interview rap artists, all right, for this company, Eyes on Hip Hop. Sorry, I'm not on the diet, but I do interview rap artists for this company, Eyes on Hip Hop. I'm trying to show off a little bit, you know how it is. I interview rap artists for this company, Eyes on Hip Hop. And the thing about these artists that amazes me is like the names. Like this one rapper, well, producer, wannabe rapper, Puff Daddy, goes to trial. After trial, he changes his name to P. Diddy. P for Puffy, D for Daddy, you know that. So you think to yourself, you say, P for Puffy, did he really shoot that person in the club? Then you got this other rap group, Cash Money Clip. Now, Cash Money Clip is the name of the group. I mean, their label, excuse me. So I would think like maybe one day they got in a limo, they rode around Manhattan or Louisiana, picked up a couple of hookers and was like, look, how much would that be, sweetheart? She was like, that would be $150 cash money. So afterwards, they got together, like, that would be a good name for our label. Cash Money Clip. Could you imagine what their clothing line would look like if they had a logo? So now you heard it like from every view far as like, oh man, you know, talk about his childhood, you know, Jewish guy. Now I'm gonna give you the black version. Black version of childhood, let me let you know. Totally out there, so people don't get offended, but it's the truth. When I was growing up, let me tell you, my mom and dad, they didn't play, you know. My mother, she had this backhand that would actually knock Mike Tyson out 10 seconds into the first round. I'm serious. I'm serious. And it's like, I would be in a grocery store with her, and you know how you get like the little white kids, they go, Mom, fucking A. I want a fucking chocolate bar. Are you gonna get me one or not? And I would look over, my mother would look at me like, don't even think about it. So what I would do, I would go, you know, black people, I would go to another aisle, sneak around, like run around. You see black kids run around the supermarket, sneakily. I would rip the bag open, take a piece of candy out, and right before I get ready to put it in my mouth, I'd turn around and get pow! And seriously, and everyone would react. They'd be pushing their cart. Pow! And I'm like, you know how kids are. We try not to cry in front of people. It's like, I would be like a child of 100 ugly faces. And my mother would say to me, you better not cry. Well, how can I not cry when my face is pumping at the same rate of my heartbeat? Boom, 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 boom. You know? And I would get home and I would say, Mom, do you know what? If I dial 911, do you know you'd be in trouble? My mother would say to me calmly, police are not gonna come because I smack you on time in the supermarket. So I would say to her, I'm like, Mom, yes, you're gonna be in trouble. She's like, you know what? I tell you what, I'll give you a reason. She'll go outside and get one of these long switches, really long, seriously, like a tree switch. We called it a bow, she called it a switch, and tear my ass up on beat. What do you think they think about that? And my reaction would be like, you know, we black people, it's like, you know, seriously, white people, y'all think, I mean, not trying to be like, you know, white people, you think black people are very athletic because our genes, or we, like, you know, practice a lot on sports and we born with it from birth? No. Don't come from that. Wrong answer. Comes from home ass whooping training. I'm serious. I'm serious. I mean, if you see the Heisman Trophy, you see they took that after a black person. That's switch dodging. Seriously. Seriously, and me, I mean, my friends, they would dodge a whipping. They would like jump over trees, climb fences, crawl through a tunnel or whatever. But my mother, she had this radar that would react. It's like she had a chip. Every time I was fucking up, I don't care if I swam across the Atlantic Ocean, I'd be in Mexico somewhere, that chip would reflect. Do, 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 do. Child fucking up, and be right on point. Seriously. I'm serious. And it was so crazy because I always like, you know, I always wanted to get a beating from my mother. My father, he ain't fuck around. We called him Leatherman, the most feared villain in the whole Iman household. Seriously. Because once he get the whooping your ass, you could forget about it. You go to school the next day, you wearing a turtleneck, all type of shit to protect, like, look, what happened? Oh, I fell playing basketball, you know, with my friends, you know, whatever. But let me tell you something. Playing basketball is another thing. White guys, you think like, you know, black people, Yeah, they can jump, they jump high and all that. No, don't worry about that. Next time a black person goes on the basketball court, you know it's like 10 of them and 2 of you, and they're dunking around, boom, showing off their athletic skills. Just go to them like that. They say white man can't jump. Just say, well, yeah, because we didn't get our ass whooped like you did. You know? And then New York, you know, I've been around. You know, I was in the military, did my time 4 years, U.S. Army. All right. So when I came to New York, it was this thing they call like curving your dog. I mean, in New Jersey, I mean, they don't have no curve your dog laws. But in New York, curve your dog. I mean, I don't even like to wipe my own ass when I take a shit. Seriously. Seriously. That's like, when I see like certain people walk down the street, I don't care, white, Spanish, black and white together, like, wanna be, you know, the other thing or whatever the case may be, but we're all good people, but they walk down the street with their dog like this. Dog take a shit, tissue. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Grating the smell of your dog shit? What is that, you know? Seriously. And I look at the situation, I'm like, well, you know, black people maybe like, you know, when dogs shit on the street, I mean, like, in New York, they can walk, black people, they, like, our sense of direction are fucked up. You know, we know that. I mean, we come to a party, we like walk through the club, like, we run the motherfucker, we like this. And it's like, when they're walking down the street, it's the same way. So it's like, I think to myself, since New Jersey have no curve your dog laws, they can go to New Jersey and walk down the block like that and actually slip on shit or actually ski on shit like they slipping on ice, seriously. And that would change all that fucking walking, like when you try to walk by and you're like, which way should I go? Which way should I go? And they bumping you, that would change all that skipping, hopping around, trying to be cool, bumping into people on the streets. But in school, I was always scared of getting beat up by like the class bullies. I was what they call a punk. I know you can't tell, but I was like a punk, all right? So people, like when I would come down the halls, it was like, guys, it's like the class bullies, you had to be careful. Like I did my utmost, because the smallest things to them was very important. But let me let you know something. High school education is very important. Class bullies, very important, right? Yes, very important. I was walking down the hall, and it was like the class bullies, they would get upset at the smallest things, stepping on their sneakers. Now, when I was walking down the hall, I did my utmost to make sure that wouldn't happen. It was like I was playing hopscotch. You know how it is, because they block up the streets. It's like trying to dodge stepping on their sneakers. And one day I made a mistake and stepped on one of the guy's sneakers. And it was like, he had a few, remember I told you, high school education is very important. He had a few words to say. He was like, you know, yelled a few words at me. I thought he was going to punch me in my face. And I was like, well, let me retort. He snuck me, pow, whoa. Pow, I mean, seriously, dazed me. He said, the next time you think about calling me a retard, come on, because these guys never go to class, you know? Well, my name is DeMurl. Believe me, if you dim your light so someone else's lights can shine, the world just gets darker and darker. Thank you very much. It's been a great honor. Give it up for Mr. Merlin Iman. Merlin Iman, give it up.
We're having a lot of fun. We're going to keep the show rocking and rolling right along. Coming to the stage right now is a guy who's performed at Caroline's. He performs all over New York City. It's his first time here at Don't Tell Mama. I know you're going to love him. Merlin Iman!
Oh, they want to go tonight? That's good. Yeah, I got a few rappers. This company called Eyes of Hip Hop for about 5 years. Let me tell you, the rappers, they have the most weirdest names. I mean, the names are like really out of the ordinary. For instance, they have this group, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Alright? They become a group. They say, we broke bones as thugs, but now we got together to bring you harmony. And then you think about it, P. Diddy, Puffy. Puff Daddy, Puffy Combs. Changed his name to P. Combs. What is it, Puff Daddy? To Puffy Combs to P. Diddy. And you think about it. After trial, it's like, went up to trial, beat the trial, changed his name to P. Diddy. So if it was me, I would think P for Puffy, Did he really shoot those people in the club? I'm a type of person, I have things for women. I mean, I love women. Women are like my favorite species on earth, honestly speaking. I love them. If you think about it, you take them out on a date, you pick them up, they come out in the high pump shoes with the stockings and the mini skirts on, and they're walking and looking good. You sit in the car like, damn, she looks good. Get to the car, sit down in the car, it's like, sweetheart, you start your engine, you get ready to take them on a night on the town, start your engine up. Sweetheart, put your seatbelt on. Well, I don't want to put my seatbelt on because I don't want my clothes to be wrinkled. Well, could you imagine if I slammed on my brakes, how fucked up, how wrinkled your shit would be if you were flying through this front window? You know, I mean, men, but we don't think things through before we do it. I mean, honestly, men, we know. We don't think things before we do it. Think things through before we do it. It's like, we ourselves, we do things like, I mean, we can run around the stores or whatever the case may be, but women, they think 5 steps ahead of us, honestly speaking. I mean, they go shopping. I mean, you're in the grocery store, and us men, it's like, you know, the main thing we think about is the basketball game. We're running around behind them in the shopping center. You know, it's going to take them all day, 5 hours to shop. We running around behind them in the shopping center like goofers. And they're running around, and they're picking out their outfits, fixing themselves up. But at the same time, we run around, so it's going to take 5 hours. I might as well try something on. We'll try something on, and they'll come, well, baby, that looks good on you. And we sit back and we're like, damn, yeah, it do look good. We all gassed up, you know what I mean? Picking, we looking all good and everything. And they're like, well, look. They'll walk through, but women, like I told you, they think 5 steps ahead of us. All right? They'll walk through the men's section, and they'll look at things, peeping shit out, fitting you up and shit, you know what I mean? And you're putting it on like, damn, baby, that looks good on you. Turn around a little bit, and you turn it around and everything, you know what I mean? Like, why don't you go in the dressing room and try that shit on? We walk to the dressing room, you know, if we feel all cool, yeah, she can buy me something. Buy me. Walk all the way to the dressing room, get in there, we come out, you're like, damn, that looks good on you. We feel all good. Because the main thing they're thinking is, look, it may look good on you, but they're thinking in the corner of their mind like, damn, if it looks good on him, all right, if I'm out and he's walking down the street in public, I'm guarantee you, if it looks good on him, it will make me look good. And the main thing we're thinking like, damn, okay, honey, you can buy it. We go buy it, you know what I mean? We hanging out, so then we all happy with our girlfriends. But the main thing they're thinking is, it's like everything we wear, men, let me tell you, they spend our money, they go shopping, they buy whatever they like. You know what I mean? We sit back at home, we work hard every day. All we want to do is go catch a basketball game. Simple. Simple. But make a long story short, so it was like, other times I've been out, you know, I've done things, and my mother, basically, I had a hard child life. I mean, I'm quite sure you've been through child life with like a lot of people. I mean, their lives have been like a struggle. My child life was really rough on me. My mother, she had a powerful backhand. Her hand was so powerful that she could do a backhand and knock Mike Tyson out 10 seconds in the round 1. Serious. And every time she had like this radar, it's like this chip would reflect. Every time I was fucking up, I could be around the corner, across the bridge, whatever. Her chip would go off, and she would know. I had no idea. So, as a kid, we would be in the grocery store. And so, you know how black kids are. We run around the grocery store playing kickball and shit with the side boxes and everything. And it would be like, we'd go to the candy aisle, sneak over to the candy aisle, and we'll see, like, our mother would walk us around. But we remember where that that candy aisle would be. And our mother would walk us around the store, and we'd see like a white kid. Don't get me wrong, man. You know I'm right. The kid would be like, fuck, Mom. I want a fucking box of cereal. You don't want to get me my cereal. Why the fuck can't I have my cereal? And I would stand there, and my mother would look at me like, don't even try it. But in the back of my mind, I'd be like, son of a bitch. Honestly, it's like, you know, it's like the kids, but let me tell you, as soon as I would sneak to that candy aisle, back to that aisle, after she done told me not to be in that aisle, I would sneak back over there. You know how black kids are. We rip the bag open, take the candy out, and right before I would get it in my mouth, I get pow! And it's like no matter what you're doing, I mean, as an adult, I know. I see a kid get smacked, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing. Everyone gets nosy and watches, and she says to you, you better not cry. And you try to hold that cry in, I mean, child of 100 ugly faces. Face pumping at the same rate of your heartbeat. Now, how the hell could you not cry after you done got a backhand that damn near staggered you down to your knees, you know? So, after that, we would get home, and I would get tough on my mother, like, Mom, you know if I call 911, you'll be in trouble. She would say to me, police are not going to come because I hit you one time. Let me give you a reason. She'll go outside and get one of these long switches. I mean, real long. I mean, seriously, she call it a switch. We call it a bow. And tear my ass up on beat. What do you think they will think about this? And we're running in place. Honestly, I mean, you know, you get a beat. Most of my friends, they get whoopings, and they would like run, jump out a second floor window, hop over a car, and all this shit, jump across the street, hop a stick. Very athletic. Seriously. But let me tell you something. You think black people are very athletic because it's in our genes? No. Wrong answer. It comes from home ass whipping training. Seriously, the Heisman Trophy is a prime example of switch sizes. You know, that's honest, for real. Let me tell you some guys, you know, you go to basketball court, you know how they say, you know, like white guys, we go to basketball court, and it's like 10 of them, maybe 2 of you. Next time they go around, they jumping and they dunking and showing off how their athletic skills are, just let them know. They come to you like, look, I bet you can't do this. Yeah, the reason is because, yeah, they say white men can't jump. But let me let you know something. You let them know. The reason we are not as athletic as you are is because we didn't get our ass whooped the way you did. Ladies and gentlemen, a great audience, thank you.
Merlin Iman! Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage right now is a very talented comic, a guy that I've worked with several times now. He's performed at Caroline's. He's a hip-hop guy. He's very funny. He's featured in clubs all over New York City. Let's give a nice warm welcome to Merlin Iman.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! 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 Ladies in the house, ladies, give yourself a hand. I interview rappers for this company called Eyes on Hip Hop. And some of these rappers, their names are out of the ordinary. For instance, Bones, Thugs, and Harmony. They said they were thugs. They were breaking bones as thugs. And they actually switched up to bring us melody for Harmony, I guess. I don't really know the name, but, you know. And also we have this rap group, this rapper, his name is Puff Daddy. Changed his name after trial to P. Diddy. I think it's perfectly clear why he changed his name. P for Puffy. Did he really shoot that person in the club? A lot of things interest me when it comes to women. Women, they're always thinking, except when we go on a date with them. The first date, it's like we pick them up, they come down in the pumps, the mini skirt, they look, we sit in the car like, damn, she looks good. Gets in the car, you start the ignition, sweetheart, put your seatbelt on. Well, I don't want to put my seatbelt on because my clothes get wrinkled. And you're thinking to yourself, do you know how fucked up, how wrinkled your clothes would be if I slam on these brakes and your ass go flying out the front window? But they're always thinking, men, we don't think things through before we do them. I mean, when it comes to, women are always thinking 5 steps ahead of us. Whether it comes to cooking, shopping, or something as simple as just taking a walk with us. They're always thinking 5 steps ahead of us. Women will go shopping, hooking themselves up, and actually we go with them, we tag along, because you know, women, it takes them all day to shop. And it's like, you know, we have to watch the basketball game with our friends in the bar. So we're like, we're going to tag right along with them, knowing it's going to take them all day, because we know when we tag along with them, we're going to make sure we get their ass in and out the store on time so we can get to the bar and watch that game, believe me. You know, so, but women are always thinking, we'll walk through, we'll try stuff on. Your girlfriend will come over, she's like, damn, sweetheart, you look good in that jacket. Turn around a little bit. We turn around. She's like, why don't you go in the dressing room and try that on? We're going to the dressing room, try it on, come out. Women are like, damn. But when they say damn, to us we're saying, as men, man, we must look that good. And she's saying like, damn. But as a woman, she's thinking off to herself, yeah, he does look good in that shit. But he would definitely look better if he was in public, walking with me with that motherfucking suit on. Okay, honey, you can buy it. And we all happy, like, yeah, she's gonna buy us this suit. But believe me, man, let me tell you something. If you even try to go out the house with that suit on without her ass, you can best believe hell is gonna break out in the kitchen. And I'm serious about that. But, you know, women, so we'll go, you know, mainly like a lot of times us men, I know, you know, we do things, you know, we don't really think. So it's like me as a kid growing up, I didn't think about a lot of things either. I was really hard-headed. And my mother, she had this powerful backhand that would knock Mike Tyson out 10 seconds into the first round. You know, and I was a little fuck up as a kid, you know. I would run around the grocery store. You know how black kids, when you see them in the grocery store, they running from aisle to aisle, act like we don't know how to, you know, don't know how to behave. I go to another aisle and I'll like open up a piece of candy, and right before I get that candy in my mouth, I turn around and get like, pow! Powerful backhand. I mean, I'm serious. It seriously made the noise. Like, you remember when you were younger, you watched Batman and Robin, and the way they fight, and they words light up like, poof, boom, bing. It would seriously make the noise. And for some reason, I never knew how my mother would ever know, but it's like she had this radar that would reflect every time I was fucking up. It would be like, I go to another aisle, anywhere in the store, I can swim across the Atlantic Ocean. Radar would reflect, child fucking up, and she would be right on point. Ass whipping was something I was always scared of. And I mean, men, let me tell you something, white guys, for real, you know, you think black guys are very athletic because, you know, it's in our genes? Wrong answer. It comes from home ass whipping training. I'm serious. You know, and the Heisman Trophy is a prime example of that. Switch dodging. You know? I mean, seriously. And it was like, my friends, they would always like try to get away from a whipping. Like, they would like run, jump over cars, fences and everything, but I took it like a man. And afterwards, the thing I hated about a whipping is when I come outside and I have to face the other kids in the neighborhood. It was like a funeral. Everybody was all sad because they heard your ass getting whipped in the house, running around, making all that noise, and every time that switch went, whoosh, they were outside like, whoosh, whoosh. Seriously. And my mother, she actually didn't play. And my father, he was worse than that. He was the most feared villain in the whole Iman household. We called him Leatherman. Seriously, when he put the belt to our ass, it was like, I'm serious. You ever hear a kid, like, when he's running, like, anywhere, like, out in the park, making a lot of noise, whatever, when you get a whipping from my father, you can best believe, when you go to school the next day, you wearing turtlenecks, sweatpants, and everything else. I'm serious. The hide those belt whips. Seriously. And I'm like, I'm quite sure I know the first black man that got off the slave ship fell that hay. Man, fuck that, master. I ain't bailing shit. Whoops. Next nigga was like, okay, master, I'll bail that shit. Just kick back on that whip. You know, but today I like, you know, everyone's getting along today, and it's like, you know, a lot of times it's like I watch movies. My favorite movie is Pulp Fiction. You know why I like that movie, Pulp Fiction? It had a lot of crazy parts in it. Especially the part when Christopher Walken came to bring the watch to Bruce Willis. You know what I mean? After all that watch went through, it went through like 7 years of being in 2 different assholes. Could you imagine the smell of that watch? I mean, seriously. I know a lot of people say I got a shitty car, I got a shitty job, but Bruce Willis really got a shitty deal on that watch, didn't he? Thank you very much for the great audience.